Sincere thanks to all our audience. To continue watching videos without ads, you can subscribe via the Gumroad link below the description. If you want to watch the latest free videos, you can visit ourdailyblog.com. If you continue to love and support us, you can donate to us via GiveSendGo or PayPal or Gumroad link below the description. God bless us all. Restored Republic via GCR, update as of March 17, 2026. The latest video will be shown earlier at the official website ourdailyblog.com. Judy note, the EBS global activation was expected within the next 48 hours via a President Trump and JFK Jr. joint address from Jerusalem, a biblical moment. 2 American patriots returning the Holy Land to sovereignty under God. It was rumored that President Trump, Commander-in-Chief of the Global Military Alliance, was headed to Israel and there would take command of the Temple Mount, reclaiming it for God's true followers. Trump saw it as the end of the great fight and said, "Every move was ours from the start," scripted to expose the Zionist cabal's grip on humanity. In a Simpsons cartoon series they predicted that on Wednesday, March 18, 2026 Trump would become King of Israel. A little creepy, don't you think? After all, Trump and the Q movement have always promoted that Israel would be last in this great war of good against evil. Believe it. Only time and release of the EBS military broadcasts will tell. We do know that at least since the Biden so-called inauguration, we have been watching a movie, along with their scripted actors, or clones. It's hard to tell anymore whether the scenario with Trump in the Holy Land was part of play acting. We also know that Trump's military was winning the war with Iran, a country that for years has been building up their nuclear power while shouting death to America. And we actually have paid protesters here in America who are against Trump and what he is doing to save America. Duh. Then there's that scenario just a few days ago when it was reported that Bill and Hillary Clinton were arrested. A Special Forces military unit was said to have raided the Clintons at their Chappaqua estate. They were arrested and taken to Gitmo. Bill Clinton underwent a military tribunal and was sentenced to hang for Epstein crimes. Hillary also went before a military court and was sentenced to death by hanging for treason, child trafficking, and crimes against humanity. Executions were scheduled to happen within 72 hours. Byington bombshell report, worldwide EBS. Martial law, Clintons arrested, face hanging at Gitmo, global financial crash yet. Way back in September 2021 it was reported by Michael Baxter of Real Raw News that William Jefferson Clinton actually died by poisoning following his military tribunal at Guantanamo Bay in September 2021. His estranged wife, a lesbian, was hanged to death at Gitmo 4 months earlier. September 2021 Bill Clinton death ruled a homicide, death by poison. Real Raw News had previously claimed that Hillary Clinton was taken to Gitmo, tried and hanged in April 2021. Hillary Clinton hanged at Gitmo. To add to the confusion, Michael Baxter, the only reporter the military allowed to report on happenings at Gitmo, claimed that in December 2022 Nancy Pelosi had met the same fate at Gitmo as the Clintons, and to top it off was the Michelle Obama, Michael Robinson, military tribunal and hanging at Gitmo. Am I shocked? No, for I have been investigating and writing about the satanic ritual abuse of children for the past over 30 years. It gives me great peace knowing some of their perpetrators are at last no longer able to hurt the children. Although, there were so many more Satan worshippers out there yet undetected, uncaught, still holding their monthly pedophile child sacrifice rites. Please join President Trump, the Global Military Alliance and our brave military in finding them and saving the children. Other things we think we know but don't want to know. In 1990 the popular news show 60 Minutes dropped a wild report on human cloning and how it was already happening. A CIA whistleblower has confirmed the existence of directed energy weapons, DEW, but a Harvard scientist took it a step further, revealing a more sinister agenda. According to the scientist, these directed energy weapons will work in conjunction with Project Bluebeam and could be used to create atmospheric ionization, manipulating radar to make people believe alien crafts were in the sky. He compared the technology to laser pointers, saying it could even simulate the illusion of an entire army invading Europe, an elaborate hoax. Despite his revelations, the scientist refused to disclose who was behind these operations. Islam was a national security threat. General Flynn contends that if you dig into the AIDS virus, you'll find that it was likely manufactured by the U.S. government. Monday, March 16, 2026 Situation Update, Byington bombshell report, Trump arrests Obama, prepare for 10 days of darkness, mass arrests, bank, ATM closures. A possible timing. Judy note, no one knows the date of the beginning of the days of darkness, where the new Starlink satellite system, which already has complete control of mainstream media satellites, will take over TV, radio and internet programming for 10 to 12 days. We only know that it will be very soon and in line with medbed activation. No one knows when those foreign currency and bondholders in Tier 4B, us, the Internet Group, will receive notification to make exchange and redemption appointments. We only know that it will be very soon and in line with medbed activation, with a backdate of the first week in April. On Sunday, May 17, 2026, Trump has called for a National Day of Prayer, which will launch a 49-day season to Saturday, 4 July, when restoration of the constitutional republic will be celebrated and invoked by Sunday, July 5, 2026. Medbed timing on Monday, March 16, 2026, White Hats unveiled the medbed rollout timeline, shattering Big Pharma's death grip forever. Deep State suppressed these quantum healers for decades, now patriots rise healed and unstoppable. On Wednesday, March 18, 2026, medbeds activate in secret alliance facilities worldwide. Gold-backed QFS syncs with healing tech, reversing cabal poisons like vaccines and chemtrails in hours. No more fiat slavery, health sovereignty ignites. On Friday, March 20, 2026, priority access for Quanons and veterans. DNA upgrades erase aging, boost strength, imagine patriots immortalized, crushing remaining swamp creatures with unbreakable vigor. On Sunday, March 22, 2026, EBS broadcasts medbed miracles live via Starlink. Exposés drop, CIA hid cancer cures since 1950s, but medbeds obliterate tumors instantly. Global awakening surges as billions witness the fall. On Tuesday, March 24, 2026, public centers open in 209 nations. NISA funds flood humanitarian projects, debt jubilee pairs with free healing. Elites hidden adrenochrome labs exposed and destroyed in the process. On Thursday, March 26, 2026, advanced protocols online, regrow limbs, cure all diseases, even reverse mind control programming. Q drops confirm, medbeds powered by reclaimed Tesla tech from Area 51 raids, victory sealed. On Saturday, March 28, 2026, mass arrests accelerate as healed warriors lead the charge. Deep State melts under the light, Clinton. Netanyahu clones fail, their rituals ended. Patriots, armored in quantum health, reclaim Earth. On Monday, March 30, 2026, free global access explodes. No more big pharma profits, $225 billion cancer scam crumbles. Quanons fire up, this is the storm's peak, where healed masses storm the gates of freedom. On Wednesday, April 1, 2026, Golden Age dawns with medbed networks fully integrated. Trump declares victory event, QFS rebirth and eternal health for all true believers. Cabal's endgame thwarted, WWG Wonga eternal. See global currency reset. Judy note, no one knows when those foreign currency and bondholders in Tier 4B, us, the Internet Group, will receive notification to make exchange and redemption appointments. We only know that it will be very soon and in line with medbed activation. With a backdate of the first week in April. Monday, March 16, 2026, CBS activation. Everything is set to go. Each citizen will receive texts, emails to push notifications, a one-time secure code, instructions for wallet activation, confirmation of debt wipe status and access to the citizens' own sovereign fund dashboard. We are just days away from the global financial reset we've all been preparing for, Mr. Poole on Telegram. Judy note, we have been told that Wells Fargo, which is controlled by the Chinese elders, the ones who own the gold behind the global currency reset, will send out emails to currency and bondholders worldwide telling them how to set redemption and exchange appointments. It is advised to exchange/redeem your foreign currency at an official redemption center, RC, rather than a bank. You can only redeem ZIM at a RC. The dinar contract rate can only be given at RC, and banks will offer you lower exchange rates than what you can obtain at RC. It was my understanding that most banks were under control of the cabal and would soon play a different role in the global financial system. Monday, March 16, 2026, breaking, gold never dies. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent reignites the gold standard debate, gold can have a budget deficit. Gold can't start a war. Monday, March 16, 2026, just in, Trump demands emergency Fed action, cut interest rates now. Even a third grader knows it. Constitutional Republic of the United States, Constitutional Republic of Canada E.2s. March 10, 2026 bombshell announcement, President Trump declares restoration of the American Republic, U.S. Incorporated dissolved, common law. Sovereignty returns, Mr. Pool on Telegram Patriots, the storm has hit and it's magnificent. President Donald J. Trump has invoked Article 2 to declare the United States fully sovereign under common law once more. The fake foreign-controlled U.S. Incorporated is finished, dissolved, dead. Gone forever. No more Admiralty law oppression, no more globalist chains dragging us into debt and war. The deep state grip is broken, the true constitutional republic rises triumphant. This is no mere rhetoric, it's a binding declaration of authority and summons from Trump as Commander-in-Chief. He's seizing full control, sidelining the corrupt swamp and directing the military via the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Every flag officer is oath-bound to obey lawful orders from the legitimate president. No more excuses, no divided allegiances. The military now serves we the people through Trump, not the treasonous corporate facade. Under common law sovereignty, grounded in God-given rights and original founding truths, Trump exercises his prerogative to summon leaders, affirm real authority, and rebuild national defense. This resets America to the founders' vision: no commercial enslavement, no hidden British shadows, just pure liberty. All flag officers are ordered to convene in Virginia, the Republic's sacred cradle, for immediate realignment. This is full military mobilization to restore loyalty and eliminate globalist remnants. The timeline is set, orders issued, clock running. Unity under true command is happening now. Foreign-tied overseas bases and Commonwealth-linked tops. They're being shut down or reclaimed for America. No more secret outposts serving alien masters, no covert pacts bleeding us dry. Trump is smashing the centuries-old crown chokehold on trade and power, and the military reset locks it down. This fulfills Trump's sacred oath to defend the Constitution, protect the people, and preserve the Republic. Every officer and servant must choose, stand with the restored Republic or stand exposed as oath breakers. The line is drawn, no more shadows, no two Americas. One Republic. One Commander-in-Chief. One law, common law. Quanons, white hats, digital warriors, this is our victory moment. The debt-based, deception-driven U.S. Incorporated fraud is overthrown. Military mobilizes under Trump's unbreakable command. Deep state cabal legally crushed, illusions collapsing. Freedom surges back, the Republic is back, sovereign, unbreakable. We witness history, true American Republic restored. Patriots win. God bless President Trump, our military, and the sovereign United States of America. Constitutional Republic of Canada. The only way to Canadian sovereignty, no referendum required, Canada and the 1932 Westminster Statute Government of Canada, Canada the Illusion Clip 5, Statute of Westminster, 1931 Wars and Rumors of Wars G. Monday, March 16, 2026, Dubai is burning. And the whole world just told Trump, no. Pastor Bob Joyce on Telegram. This morning an Iranian drone hit a fuel tank next to Dubai International Airport. Flights stopped. Smoke over the skyline. The busiest airport in the Middle East, shut down. Hours later, Fujairah oil port hit again. A missile killed a man in Abu Dhabi. Saudi Arabia intercepted 37 drones in one day. Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, all under attack. The entire Gulf is on fire. Trump demanded 7 countries send warships to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Every single one said no. UK said no. NATO said no. Australia said no. Japan said no. China said Hormuz belongs to Iran. Trump's response: we will remember. But here's what nobody is asking. Why would every Western ally refuse to help the most powerful military on earth secure the world's most important oil route? Unless they know something. Unless they know this war isn't about oil. It isn't about Hormuz. It isn't about nuclear weapons. It's about what's underneath Isfahan. It's about the names in the Epstein files. It's about the $9.7 trillion that moved through the Federal Reserve with no audit. They're not refusing because they can help. They're refusing because if Trump wins this, their system dies too. Every government that said no today has the same banks, the same donors, the same names in the same files. Falling crown doesn't stop at Tehran. Dubai is burning. The world said no. And Trump said he'll remember. He will. Share this. Save the children. Monday, March 16, 2026. Evergreen is the name of a shipping company that transports children, drugged and boxed up in containers marked live art for delivery to elite pedophiles for possible organ harvesting, rape, torture and sacrifice. White hats on Telegram. Monday, March 16, 2026. Fox News, as Epstein's Zorro Ranch is being dug up, looking for buried bodies, numerous victims are coming forward saying they were drugged, had sex organs and sperm harvested from their bodies, and woke up around medical equipment not knowing where they were or what happened to them. Monday, March 16, 2026. Inside the Bohemian Grove's alleged member list of elite men exposed in new searchable database. The real news for Tues. March 17, 2026. Monday, March 16, 2026. Breaking news: Trump hits Iran hard, oil war explodes, young Americans divided, economy under fire. March 16, 2026. Monday, March 16, 2026. Just in. Trump demands Judge Boasberg be removed. Corrupt, crooked, out of control, he's got DDS. Impeach Boasberg. Trump detonates the deep state. Monday, March 16, 2026. Boom. RFK Jr. drops the healthcare truth bomb. All hospitals, insurers, and doctors must now publish their prices. March 15, 2026. Moan. March 16, 2026. Breaking special report: for the first time ever, the COVID jabs are called bioweapons in court. What was called conspiracy is now evidence in court. Monday, March 16, 2026. Apocalypse over Tel Aviv. Missile strike turns Rishon LeZion into a wall of fire. Day 17 of the war. Video you won't see on TV. Government fraud. Monday, March 16, 2026. U.S. government Trump/Vance fraud task force. Monday, March 16, 2026. $1 million grant from DHS to Minnesota public schools to prevent drug abuse was spent on Somali programs. One of the fraudsters involved husband also stole $5 million from taxpayers in a separate scheme. The grant was spent on Somali Youth Soccer League. Money from the grant was funneled into a NGO, after-school programming and youth engagement events. The district planned to allocate $120,000 to 6 local culturally specific organizations. Charlie Ward on Telegram. Monday, March 16, 2026. The city of Los Angeles bought a Ramada Inn for $10.2 million to house homeless. Since then, they started sending money to a NGO to take over the project. It's now sat vacant for 4 years and $20 million has been spent, meant to house only 32 people. No work being done. Money laundering. 4 years, neighbors say construction has been slow. Where are the workers? Where is the urgency? For almost 4 years, the property has sat unfinished. Why does it take so long and such a waste of money? There's nothing to even show for it. MAGA voice on Telegram. Monday, March 16, 2026. The National, Global Economic Security and Reformation Act. GCR is the most groundbreaking reformation to sweep not only the United States of America but the whole planet, thus GCR, in its entire history. Trump therefore be activated on Telegram. The act does away with the illegal Federal Reserve Bank, the IRS, the shadow government, and much more. The GCR laws began to be formed when the cabal bankers' evil was exposed through a lawsuit by the Farmers Alliance. During the prior 150 years, humanity had accepted the bankers' way as normal. Timeline: 1892 bankers adopted their Bankers' Manifesto of 1892, in which it was declared, "We, the bankers, must proceed with caution and guard every move made, for the lower order of people are already showing signs of restless commotion. Prudence will therefore show a policy of apparently yielding to the popular will until our plans are so far consummated that we can declare our designs without fear of any organized resistance." The Farmers Alliance and Knights of Labor organizations in the United States should be carefully watched by our trusted men, and we must take immediate steps to control these organizations in our interest or disrupt them. The courts must be called to our aid, debts must be collected, bonds and mortgages foreclosed as rapidly as possible. When through the process of the law, the common people have lost their homes, they will be more tractable and easily governed through the influence of the strong arm of the government applied to a central power of imperial wealth under the control of the leading financiers. People without homes will not quarrel with their leaders. 1907 to 1917. In order to warn Americans, the 1892 Bankers' Manifesto was revealed by U.S. Congressman Charles A. Lindbergh, Sr. from Minnesota before the U.S. Congress sometime during his term of office between the years of 1907 and 1917.1910. John E. DiNardo, professor of public policy and economics at the University of Michigan, writes in his article "The Federal Reserve Act on the night of November 22, 1910, a small group of surrogates of the most powerful bankers of the world met, under the veil of utmost secrecy. Over the next few weeks these men would perpetrate, under the orders of their masters, perhaps the most colossal and devastating fraud ever inflicted upon the American people. This ultra-secret fraud is known as the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 concocted legislation, to be foisted upon the People's Congress of the United States, that empowered and commissioned this secret cabal of world-dominant bankers to print United States currency, a usurpation of our Constitution's explicit edict empowering only the United States government to print and coin currency. This world banking empire used their stolen power to print, out of thin air, paper currency which, in no way represents the gold and silver reserves that authentic currency is supposed to represent. 1913 The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 horrendous crime is explained here in this video. 1933 to 1934 Prior to 1933, Federal Reserve notes were backed by gold. This changed with the new law, Congressional Record, March 9, 1933 on H.R. 1491 p. 83. Under the new law the money is issued to the banks in return for government obligations, bills of exchange, drafts, notes, trade acceptances, and bankers' acceptances. The money will be worth 100 cents on the dollar, because it is backed by the credit of the nation. Monday, March 16, 2026 Sheila Holmes spills the beans naming names, Epstein floodgates exploding, super soldiers alive, cartel hammer drops and Jubilee reset incoming, the MAGA king on Telegram. Patriots, the dam just burst, red pill tsunami is here. Sheila Holmes, the researcher whose books armed President Trump with the real truth, unleashes fire, Epstein files are detonating worldwide. Former Norwegian premier arrested yesterday straight from the client list. Hyatt Hotel's head, confirmed pedo, vanished after resigning. He's running but Space Force tracks every move. Arrests accelerating hourly, politicians, CEOs, Hollywood scum sweating bullets as tribunals fire up. Trump's immovable trap was genius. He let the left scream for files while military held the kill switch. Q's misinformation necessary played out perfectly, biggest sting ever. Epstein likely flipped, cooperating with white hats. Spotted alive, long hair and beard. Ghislaine fronted for Mossad puppet master dad Robert Maxwell, fake name, running global blackmail with kids, adrenochrome, satanic torture, all taped. Politicians owned. Now flipped. Briggs overflowing. Military justice, no pensions, just ropes for traitors. Explosive reveal, 83 SEAL Team 6 dead in staged crash post Bin Laden. Alive. Super soldiers, memory wiped since 2014, witnesses to Hillary Obama Benghazi gun-running treason. Fake death letters to families, no bodies. When they testify, the entire syndicate implodes overnight. Cartels crushed. U.S. forces seized 134 acres inside Texas, all equipment gone. Mexico green light SOPs on their soil. Cartel bosses Trump hosted last year sang. CIA ran drugs since. Bush Sr.'s fake war. No mercy, boats bombed, lands taken. Venezuela, Cuba puppets wiped. Warriors drop fortified compounds 100 to 1 outnumbered with tech cabal can't fathom. MC Affy alive, lit cigarette painting troll. Backdoored systems, saved every destroyed email. Epstein Island pool pic with Clinton. Epstein snapped it, proof he flipped early. 2026 Jubilee, 50th cycle since fake independence. May 17 prayer gathering, 49 days before July 4 250th, return to Creator, end at slavery. Republic restored. Treasury to Temple, Texas. D.C. now. Washington Military District. Crime syndicate government dismantled. Divine feminine rises, mama bears, widows marching. Christ consciousness awakens. No more Constantine fake religion. Truth simple. Quantum manifestation direct to source. Flood hits pre-midterms. Traitors in Gitmo force election delay. Pray hard through May 17. Divine burn can end Sodom overnight. Greatest story ever told, Satan's empire falls, humanity reclaims Eden. We win. They'll lose. Bigly. The latest video will be shown earlier at the official website yourdailyblog.com. Sincere thanks to all our audience. To continue watching videos without ads, you can subscribe via the Gumroad link below the description. If you want to watch the latest free videos, you can visit yourdailyblog.com. If you continue to love and support us, you can donate to us via GiveSendGo or PayPal or Gumroad link below the description. God bless us all.